stuff there. But okay, so Daniel Sloss, right? I know this sounds like I'm beating a dead. I know what do you call that? Sound like a broken record, right? Sorry, there. Okay, so it might sound like a broken record with this, but I saw another stand-up show, and I've talked about stand-up like 3 or 4 times on this show, but I do like it, so I'll keep doing it if I need to. So I saw Daniel Sloss at the same event as Louis C.K. I went with my dad and my sister. I wasn't for my birthday, but I went there. Went to Auckland, went to see Daniel Sloss, and before I did that, the night or two before, I watched Netflix special like Jigsaw and Dark, and he's got that humour. He's got a similar style of humour to the comedians that I enjoy, and I've shown my love for like Louis C.K., who's like this crazy, extreme like, kind of comedian, and then you've got Chris Rock, who kind of does deliver some of that dark humour, commenting on how woke culture's screwed over comedy and stuff like that. And then you get Daniel Sloss, and the special's called Can't, and it refers to like things you can't joke about. But before that, he had a supporting act, and his name was Kai Humphries. They both do this podcast, and they kind of like promoted it throughout the show. But he was like Kai Humphries is so he's from Yorkshire, I think. It's like, hello, like, my name is that Kai Humphries. So that's kind of like it was, and he had this joke. He had like a couple of like his jokes were like kind of darkish, but they weren't kind of like Daniel on the level of Daniel Sloss, because Daniel Sloss is the main event. But his jokes is like how English people say something. It's like, I'm going on holiday, and all of that stuff. So he kind of had that kind of humour, like that relatable life about that stuff. Then we get to Daniel Sloss, and his special was supposed to be like an hour and 30 minutes, but then went on for a bit longer because he did this bit about like this kind of segment about like how he's like a father, and he asked this person in the crowd, did you like your son right away? And he said no, and it was just like he just did that to play into the humour kind of thing. And Daniel Sloss was like, you don't have to always have an honest answer, and that's kind of what motivated him to do that. But if outside of that, aside of like the humorous stuff, like Daniel Sloss, right? I had a bit of beer while I was at the show, and there's a point in the show where he made so many like jokes, like how when I went to see Louis C.K., the punchlines just went boom, 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 boom. Like the punchlines were just funny and funny and funnier, 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 funnier. Same thing happened with Daniel Sloss, where it was like every single joke was funny, one after the other, one after the other. It got to the point I was like, like it was like that, and then I was gasping and things, and I was like, with my hand, I was like, like instead of like people are clapping like this, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like this. It's like this to my. I was like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, yeah. Like that, and I was like, whoo. And then it was like those points where he told these jokes, right? It's like there's this kind of style he does where he's gonna say something like saying, "Oh, I like dogs have sex," but, and then it just leaves it for the crowd to laugh, and then he follows it up with something even funnier. There's all that, and I was like, because he joked about he just joked about a lot of things. He joked about a lot of things like reality TV and how it's became a new guilty pleasure and all that kind of thing, and joking about how like his 17-year-old self versus his 23-year-old self or something like that, or 22-year-old self, yeah, something like that. So overall, I think it was a good event, and then afterwards, like there's tons of traffic when we went there. Like there was a lot of traffic, and yeah, like after we came out, it just took forever and ever and ever. But the show was long. Okay, I kind of rambled on about Daniel Sloss, but he is a good comedian, and I have listened to the podcast like slightly, but maybe we'll check it out a bit more. Hope Daniel Sloss does come back to New Zealand. And they did go, they kind of did, there's similar stuff, right? It's kind of just a similar topic overall. So